Okay. Maybe. All right, number one, we're looking for b prime of negative 3. So I got to take b prime of x first. What's b prime of x? G prime of f of x times f prime of x. And then we need to figure out what b prime of negative 3 is. So we're going to plug in negative 3. So you got g prime of f of negative 3 times f prime of negative 3. Well, what do I know out of that? What's f of negative 3? 1. And then what's f prime of negative 3? Yeah, because we're looking for the slope of f at negative 3, so that's just, it's a line, so the slope of a line, 1/3. How do I figure out what g prime of 1 is? Okay, because it said in the problem, it said the graphs of the tangent lines at these points are given, so the slope of the tangent line is equal to the slope of the curve. So what's g prime of 1? Negative 1/2. 9 times 1/3 equals negative 1/6. You guys okay with that? Nothing. All right, number 2. Let's see. We know that the graph of f has a slope of twice the value of x. So what can I say based on that? If the graph has a slope that's equal to 2 times the value of x, we would say f prime equals 2x. What else did it give us? It said f of 2 equals 3. And it said find f of 3. What do we do? Okay. I'm going to show you another method. It's the same thing, but it's just a different look at it. I want to write this, I want to write f in integral form. F of x equals what in integral form? The integral from what to what? 2 to x. If we're looking for f of x, it's the integral from 2 to x of what? F prime of, well, I don't want to say x. F prime of t dt. But what am I going to get if I plug in the 2 value? I'm going to get 0, so what do I have to do? Okay. I know most of you probably didn't solve it this way, but this is a way that you need to see things. What does this resemble in comparison to the last couple days? This is a position function, right? And that makes sense. This is a position. What is the position? Well, find the position function and then evaluate that. Okay. Now you could have done it a different way, but I want you to see the connection here. So f of 3 is equal to 3 plus what? Integral from 2 to 3 of, you got f prime, so I'm going to just put 2x dx because there's no x's left. So now how do I evaluate that? So what's the integral of 2x? X squared. We're going to evaluate from 2 to 3. So 3 plus what? 3 squared minus 2 squared. So 3 plus 9 minus 4, which is 8. Okay. You got to be able to see this given in terms of this. Okay? Not that this is not the only way to solve it, but you got to see it in this way, because what happens if you can't take the antiderivative of that? Right? So you got to be able to write it in integral form. What is it that you guys did? Antiderivative. So if f prime of x equals 2x, then f of x equals x squared plus c. And then we'll plug in our initial conditions. So you got 3 equals 2 squared plus c. And ultimately c equals negative 1. So f of x equals x squared minus 1. And then we're looking for f of 3, so we're just going to plug that in. So 3 squared minus 1 is 8. So either way it works. Obviously, this looks a lot simpler, right? But you got to get used to this format as well.